The head of the Libyan National Army says that the country is not yet ready for democracy. There is a UN-backed election scheduled for later this year, but Khalifa Haftar believes it won't change anything.
Libya is not ready for democracy. The upcoming elections in the country must bring a solution to the current bloodshed. But if the situation and the chaos continues after the election, then we will say enough is enough and take action.
Well, after the death of the long-time leader there, Muammar Gaddafi, back in 2011, Libya plunged into a power vacuum with two rival governments. One is based in Tobruk, which you can see here, and is allied to Haftar's forces, and the other is based in Tripoli and is backed by the UN and enjoys wide international support. That lack of overall leadership, though, has seen Libya suffer years of turmoil. Rival factions and armed militias have been fighting over territory, with the chaos being blamed for a rise in terrorism and also a worsening of the migrant crisis. We discussed the prospects for Libya with the editor of the Pan-African Newswire and also a former British ambassador to Libya.
It is an open question whether or not Libya is ready for what is perceived to be a multi-party democratic election. There's huge disaffection, displacement. There are at least three different regimes that are claiming to be the sole authority within the country.
The Libyan people want, I have no reason to doubt that they want something like a democratic state, but they can only have one if they can persuade their present leaders to compromise.
This was said some 6 years ago that this was some type of democratic rebellion inside of Libya. But what has actually happened over the last 6 years is chaos. The Western coalition dropped 10,000 bombs on Libya. That is the real genocide that has taken place.
The alternative would have been to allow Gaddafi to commit an act of genocide against his own people.
The notion that the previous government was going to engage in atrocities is unsubstantiated. Libya, prior to 2011, was the most prosperous and affluent country on the African continent.
I don't accept at all the description of Libya under Gaddafi as the most prosperous country in Africa. I think that's absurd. Let's bear in mind, apart from the question of prosperity, that Gaddafi was responsible for shocking atrocities against his own